chicken tenders, chicken fingers, whatever you want to call them, folks. When you can get a crust to stay on the most tenderest part of that chicken, and that is a breast that is marinated to break down to oh so tender and crunchy golden brown in every bite. You don't want to miss this because it is so easy and so tasty. Woo, welcome into camp wherever it may be. You know you are all welcome to join us. Every time a video comes out, we just honored to have you all watch it. And what are we talking about? Chicken tenders, chicken fingers, chicken strips. What should we call them? I think we're going to call them the most tender chicken strip ever, don't you, Sadie? Because, woo, folks, they are so good. And the pups, they love a chicken strip. They'll think we done do something up special they did.
So why are they so tender?
Why are they so tender? It is a secret. You must watch the video to find out. But really what it is that makes them tender is the marinade in which it comes in, but also the way in which you treat the chicken that you're going to make the chicken tenders out of. So let's talk about chicken fingers, chicken tenders, and what are they made out of? Well, of course, can't everybody know they're made out of chicken unless somebody's trying to substitute this stuff. Have you heard it now? Plant-based stuff?
Oh,
no, we are not. Plant-based is okra, onions, taters, maters. Ain't that right, Sadie? We're talking about 100% pure old chicken. Yes, we are. And chicken breast is the best that you can get. Now, it needs to be skinless and boneless, okay? So if you don't see none there in that meat case when you're going down through there, ask that butcher, say, could you reckon you could get me 2 of them chicken breasts, or maybe 4, however many people you're feeding that night, and make sure that they are skinless? Yes, they are. Now, when you get them home, I need you to just go ahead and let's mix up this marinade, because the marinade is very important. It is, and we're going to let them soak in it for about 30 minutes. We're going to start with a base of soy, Worcestershire liquid smoke, and ketchup. Ketchup? The tomato base and the acid that is in that there ketchup is going to help break down this muscle fiber in this chicken and make it oh so tender it is. But then we're going to add some garlic powder, some more seasoning, some black pepper, and whew, things are going to be looking good. Now take you 2 of them sandwich bags, reach in there and get them chicken breasts out, put 1 in there and take the rolling pin. Okay? You've heard me call it the husband trainer many times. We are fixing to train this chicken. Because number 1, you've heard me say it in so many chicken videos, you have to break the membrane down on that chicken. Even though he is skinless, there's a little shine going on there. You can see it as you look at that chicken breast. So put him in there so he don't splatter when you hit him, and you won't hear him cry near as bad when you hit him that first time. And you ain't got to just beat the snot out of him. I just want you to flatten him down to where he had this curvature to where he's like this. It's going to make this chicken accept the marinade better, the seasoning better, but he is going to cook better. He is. Now, when you get him out of there, trim any of that excess fat that might have been on that chicken and just go to cutting you some strips. Now, folks, chicken got a grain of meat, and I was showing you there how it run in different directions. Just try to cut it to where you're sometimes against that grain, so when you bite into it, it's going to be, oh, so tender it is. But try to cut them all the same thickness that you can get them, because that way you're going to have an even cook time when you go to placing them in the pot to get them to cook. Now, I want you to get some buttermilk and them eggs. Whisk it together to where it's smooth. Put it in that marinade mixture that we've already got. Whip it again to where it is smooth as it can be. And then let's put them chicken fingers, chicken tenders in there. And as you put them in there, then we're going to mix them up to make everybody sure that they coated well. Nobody's sticking together in the pool. We need them to be separate and swimming by themselves. So put them in there, slide them up in the ice box for about 30 minutes and let them set. Well, we got the chicken out. It is marinated for 30 minutes, it has. Now, folks, we got to have something that we can actually adhere that coating to that marinade mix that it come in. So get you some all-purpose flour, and we ain't got no measuring cup today, and the wind is blowing. So we're going to say pretty close to that amount right there, which is probably pretty close to 2 cups. It is. To that, we're going to add a little garlic powder, a little bit of the mesquite seasoning, if we can get it in there for the wind blowing.
Well, who's mesquite seasoning?
It is that guy right there, Kent Rollins. You can get it off the website, www.kentrollins.com. Folks, it is the best thing that I've ever seen on a piece of chicken in my life. A little bit of smoked paprika, And to that, we need to add what? Some baking powder. Because what that's going to do is make it pop just a little, but what's going to make it adhere even better is some cornstarch too. So whichever direction you want to go, one or the other, put them in there. I don't care, but we're going to use them both. So, whoa, we had a whole bunch dump out there at one time. It ain't going to hurt a thing. Then, the baking powder. And last but not least, something that I think really makes a big difference in this, and that is fresh oregano.
Oh.
Give it a really good crumbling with your fingers when you get it in there, and then just dump her all in there. You can stir with your hand, with a whisk, whatever you need to do, but just make sure that you get it mixed well. So in the marinade it is, and folks, this can be a really messy job. Now you see that. I don't want you to take it out here and go to just shaking it off. I just want you to take it straight out of there and straight to the flour mixture. Get her all coated well. Back to a double baptizing we go, right back in the marinade. Give it one more good coating. And I know you be telling yourself, oh, I know what he's going to do next. He's going to fry it. Well, I want you to pat that on there really well to make sure that everybody is covered. And then when you pull him out of there, give him a little shake, a little shimmy, and then set him right over here on a wire rack. Because when you can let that set there just a minute, it's going to let that batter and all that stuff adhere to that piece of chicken a little bit better. So let me get some more done. We'll go back to frying. Well, we got them covered up, we do, with batter and flour, double dipped them and double baptized them. And what are we cooking in today? Finex Dutch oven we are. And I started out with peanut oil, and I got about that deep, I do. Peanut oil got a good fried temperature. It'll reach up there to that smoke point. When you first get started at probably that first batch, you need to start at about 370 to 375. Because when we put them in there, they're going to go to cooling off, and we want to try to maintain that temperature 350 right in there pretty close. So in go the first participant in the swimming pool. He does. Oh, that is a beautiful sight. It is. Don't overcrowd the boat too much in here. That way ain't nobody trying to stick together. I'm going to start out with about 4 pieces. And when you get them in there and they get to cooking just a minute, and you'll see things sort of rise up to the top, they'll just sort of jump up there just a little, spread them apart, and make sure that nobody is touching together. It don't take them long to cook, 3 or 4 minutes. Make sure you flip them around, and we'll be good to go and fry the rest of them. Well, it didn't take long to fry, and it didn't, and they come out of there golden brown and crispy. They did. Now I'm gonna let them cool a minute, and I have broke me off some pieces to cool before we even started good. And I gotta feed my loyal helpers, because we did a video not long ago that was what? Tomato soup, homemade and creamy, and they were all bummed out that there was no meat in the meal. So we have some meat today. Who all is present here? We have the Big and the Mage, and there comes Duker and Sadaloo. There we go. Everybody got some chicken this trip. They did. Now, when I pulled that off there, I showed Shan. See how that stayed on that meat there? I mean, you're going to get a crunch in every bite. And speaking of a bite, now you could be having you some ketchup, easy, to dip this in, or some of that good gravy. And we have a video up there for homemade white gravy that would go so good with these that you could dunk in there. Maybe even our steak finger basket. Check that one out too. But I'm going to have me a chicken tender. Hang on, I'm going to go back again.
Are they really tender?
I want you to try this, Shan. You be the judge. It'll melt in your mouth, that chicken will.
That's what's crazy, is the chicken is so tender.
It is so good, it is, and it make you want to what? Do the chicken, chicken, chicken. Look, oh Lou, I'm sorry I stepped on your toe. I do like me some chicken, I do. Fried up like that, it is oh so easy. Folks, the only thing that's really any time consuming in this is the 30-minute marinade time. Don't forget that, because that's what's going to keep this chicken so tender, and bees even like chicken, they do. Now everything that we used in this video, and Sade will tell you it is true, will be listed down there in the little links below to where you can find all our recipes. What? Another one? Okay. The help says they should get another bite. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Duker? Big? Sade? Made you need to be taller because I can't never find you. Yes. So folks, hey, it is easy, it is good. Hey, and the big says we don't want to share. But as always, I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag a flying in camp. Therefore, it means the world to us, wherever you may be stationed, here or abroad. And for all the loved ones of those servicemen and women that are maybe at home, we tip our hat to you as well. Thank you so much for everybody for joining in today. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget now, we have videos out on Wednesday and on Sunday, so be sure you check them out. Get on in here. You know it's time. You know it's coming. We're going to have a big old hug, and what am I going to do? I'm going to see you down the tenderest chicken tender crispy trail you ever seen in your life. God bless you each and every one.
This is being taped in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, and one honeybee. Oh, it says it ain't. Don't quit me right now. Ha! So if you be liking these chicken fingers, something you might find at a fast food place, but even better, folks, be sure and check out our Dairy Queen remake of the steak finger basket with some good gravy. Oh my gosh, you'll be wanting to visit both of them.